So I'm going to show you guys how to ice a cake smooth in buttercream. I have a mask or a crumb coat already on my cake, which was put in the refrigerator to firm up. And you have to use an offset spatula to ice the top of the cake and a straight edge spatula to ice the side of the cake. First, you're going to apply buttercream to the top of the cake, and you're going to smooth the icing beyond the top corner of the cake using your offset spatula. The idea is to smooth it and ice it as level as possible. Make sure that your buttercream is going beyond the corner of this cake. After you've applied about maybe 1/4 inch of icing, no more, on the top of the cake, you're going to start to apply some buttercream on the side using your straight edge spatula. I know that some of you, or some people, some pastry chefs, cake decorators, apply the buttercream with a pastry bag. That's an option for you if that's something that you've been doing or it's easier for you. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to apply an excessive amount of buttercream on the side of the cake as straight as possible. Try not to go in on top. Try not to go in towards the bottom with your spatula. Keep it nice and straight when you're applying it. We're going to take some of this buttercream off, but you have to make sure that you have enough buttercream on the side of the cake to cover the entire side of the cake. Now, the goal is to get this buttercream to push up beyond the corner of the cake like this here. If you also notice that I'm working in front of the cake. Don't ice back here because you can't see what you're doing. Use the turntable to turn the cake as you're applying the icing. Now I'm going to start to take some of the icing off the cake, and I'm going to smooth it at the same time. It's important to make sure that this pressure is even from bottom to top. This is going to take some practice to master this skill. This would apply if you were using a bench scraper, which I know some people use. It's the same exact concept. That pressure has to be the same from here to here. And my spatula is on a very slight angle, I'd say like a 45-degree angle. And I'm literally applying a small amount of pressure to scoop some of the buttercream off the cake. You don't want to apply so much pressure that you're taking too much off, and not enough pressure that you're not taking enough off and making it completely smooth. Again, if you notice, I'm working right in front of myself. Once you've applied the buttercream and created a smooth surface on the outside, you want to make sure that there's a wall of buttercream beyond the top corner of the cake all the way around. This is how you will achieve a very smooth top. So I'm going to just go around and start to take off some of this buttercream, just to get myself started so that I'm not taking off too much at one time. Now, if you notice, I keep scraping my spatula every single swipe. You have to scrape your spatula every single time, or basically if you don't do that, you're just going to reapply the buttercream you just took off. And I'm going to apply enough pressure as I go around to create a smooth top. Now always start out here beyond the corner of the cake, and with your spatula being on a slight angle, you're just going to push the buttercream in. And basically, that's how you apply a smooth layer of buttercream on the outside of your cake. This will take some practice. You should practice as often as you possibly can. Eventually, it'll become almost like muscle memory where you don't really have to think about what you're doing. You'll just naturally ice your cake smooth, but it does require practice.